Anyway, like I say, I actually owned a lot of construction equipment, a lot of equipment, and that was in what's called in Alaska and all this stuff. Like I say, I built the Alaskan pipeline. I paid for it myself. Technically, I needed a pipeline to my LSF-A ship, so I built the pipeline then too, because I had to fill the ship, which required a big pipeline. So basically, I owned a construction company from that point on because I had to fill the fuel tanks of the LSF-A, which were huge, mammoth. Like I say, it was a 2,700 foot tall ship. It was 1,200 feet across at the base, and it was massively heavy and massively big, and required a lot of fuel. It took 2 years to fill the tanks on that ship, so it needed a fuel tank, a fuel system, a fuel line basically dedicated to it. Huge, big ass fuel tank in order to fill it. So anyway, it was a big, big, big ship, really big. Like I said, it took the world fuel supply for like 2 or 3 years, basically. So anyway, so that's why I was actually filling. So I needed a special pipeline going right to the launch pad. So anyway, so he built a pipeline going right there. So a big pipeline. It was a huge pipeline. That's what I was trying to fill is the LSF-A, which launched a long time ago. So anyway, it took about 2 or 5 years to fill, but they filled it. So it was a problem of I think the fuel actually going bad or something like that. It had to be filled within a certain amount of time, or else the fuel would start to go bad. So anyway, but alcohol doesn't really go bad. So anyway, so they filled it. So anyway, a lot of fuel, a lot of water too. So anyway, and then they launched. A lot of people were like, oh, more idiots. Everyone knows the LSF-A launched. Anyway, there's still a few bits of video. They tried killing a bunch of people and tried taking over the launch pad and all that stuff. And that was the beginning of JFK, Richard Nixon, or something like that. I don't really know. Anyway, I was gone for about a billion years anyway, so I didn't care. The LSF-A went to all the different planets and cruised out into the universe and back and stuff like that. And I was just kicking it with my humans for a time. And we met up with a bunch of other life forms. Like I said, somebody thought that the humans were going to be alone on the ship. It's like, no. It's a big ship. There's other life forms that are going to come kick it with us. So, which they did. Anyway, the humans from Earth didn't really anticipate on that happening. So, their plans got a little wrinkled. Because, like, the exoskeletons joined me and the 1.5s joined me. And so they just basically dealt with the humans on board the ship. It wasn't exactly hard, since they were so advanced. So, anyway. And we cruised around for a while. Anyway, then we went out. Anyway, and all the people were found and dealt with on the ship. So, yeah, a lot of people thought if they launched with the LSF-A that they could take over the ship mid-flight. Anyway, they didn't really realize that they would be spending the rest of their lives on the ship. Anyway, I don't know what they had planned. Kill me and then take over on Earth. I'm not exactly sure, but basically they were put in the brig and died of old age or something like that. Spent their whole life in jail probably. Anyway, so the LSF-A went to all the galaxies and all around. Took a billion years or something like that to get around. Like I said, it's on another planet. Still, they landed it and then put it back upright or put it on its side or something like that, and built it. It's a generation ship, so it's like 5 or 6 generations later. So the original people died. They're planning on doing a coup on the ship, apparently, or something like that. And some other people said, do you know what they're planning on doing? It's like, no, what were they planning on doing? Oh, really? They didn't know that, because they're like, turn around the ship, we want to go back. And the rest of the group said no. And plus, the aliens were with us, or joining up with us anyway. So, the 1.5s and the exoskeletons. So anyway, so yeah. And then they died of old age after having sex with children and stuff like that. And then their children lived on. And they hoped to actually have a plan that their children would eventually blah, 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 but it didn't really work. So, because it was generations later and everyone had forgotten. So, anyway. So they ended up just being galactic explorers with me. So anyway. So that's what happened with LSF-A. Meanwhile, Nixon or somebody on Earth said, oh, and don't forget the LSF-A and the horrible thing that happened to the crew. They didn't know what happened to the crew. It never crashed. It was fine. It went all around the galaxy, all around the universe. We cruised around forever. Eventually it came back in a new ship, like I said. But Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a bunch of other people thought that, oh, the story of the LS attaché. It was billions of years later when I said, I didn't crash. Never crashed. It launched just fine. I went around, went to a bunch of galaxies, invented a new ship, kicked it with a bunch of other life forms, built a new ship, built a couple of new ships, actually. And then, like I said, 500 deep space missions. I'm a galactic hero. 500 deep space missions lasting longer than 150 million years each. Or a billion years each. So, I was cruising around all the whole time. Yeah. I just built a new ship. And everybody was like, what's that? It's like, bye! Bunch of people are trying to access me while I'm cruising by. It's like, what? No. Bye! I was just doing a flyby with my new ship. So anyway. That's what that meteor was. That was me cruising by. That was a new ship. They were trying to investigate, to understand, to explore. Bunch of idiots. Anyway, I told them that I was going to be cruising by, so they knew I was going to be coming by, and so I cruised by in one of my ships. I think it was another depleted uranium ship, a little bit tougher or something like that. Yeah. So I cruised by. Then I cruised around, did some other stuff. I forget. I just remember cruising by, though. I said hello. A bunch of people were trying to communicate with me or hack me or something. Yeah, that was me and that little black speck that they said was wobbling. But I wasn't really wobbling. I was just saying hello. Anyway, I think I waved her. I don't know. I don't really remember. But that was me. So, yeah, I cruised around, went around. Time, like I said, time and space is relative. So anyway, a bunch of humans on her. Like, that was me. Just saying what's up to my old Earth. So anyway. I cruised by with a lot of other spaceships too. So, anyway. Like, hi, bye. So, anyway. So I cruised around a lot. I get to know the rest of the universe. So, and then I eventually become Brian. So, anyway, yeah. Whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was me. So, I told you I was going to be coming by. I told people every time I'm going to come by, I'm like, hi, you're coming by. And the Pentagon goes, deny. Like, you're just fooling yourselves. That's all you've been doing. Just fooling yourselves. Fucking around, you might as well be on LSD, making up shit. You did better on LSD making up shit. People actually believe you more when you're on LSD. Now that you're actually trying to deceive people, they're just like, wow. So, anyway, yeah. Like the NASA people were like, wow. Eventually they fire all the scientists in NASA because the scientists in NASA would know too much. So they hired a bunch of sports announcers to actually run NASA. Which is really actually just a gym and a sports thing. That's all NASA is. It's a sports gym. So. Anyway, yeah, the whole space program was shut down a long time ago. They cut all the budget and stole all the budget and then basically hired a bunch of sports announcers. So some sports boxer guy named it NASA. He's NASA from the Middle East or whatever, from the sports betting ring or whatever. A bunch of people think that's the astronauts and scientists are running NASA. It's like, no. And NASA is just a sports betting ring. It's a bunch of announcers, a bunch of cameramen. Just whoever was left around that wanted a job. So anyway, that's who's running NASA. They're just embezzling billions of dollars from you. Living large on it too. So anyway, nobody realizes that. The whole program was shut down. They fired all the scientists. That's why there's so many overqualified people looking for work. Because they fired everyone. So, because they don't want to have any communication with space. They don't want to go to space. They don't want anything. They just want to shut it down and keep it. So that's what happened with NASA. They shut it down a long time ago. They're just embezzling money now. like crazy. Bunch of sports announcers living large.